I was skeptical about this one when I first heard about the Radwag MA50, our moisture analyzer. I mean, I've used plenty of kitchen scales and even some basic lab scales over the years, but a dedicated moisture analyzer? That felt like overkill for most people. I thought it was just another gadget trying to solve a problem that didn't really exist in everyday life. But then I actually got my hands on one, and everything changed. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This isn't one of those devices you'll use every day unless you're in a lab or running a small business that deals with ingredients, powders, or materials where moisture content matters. But if you are, this thing is a game changer in the most practical way possible. I've been testing it for a few weeks now, and I'm genuinely impressed by how accurate and straightforward it is. It's not flashy, but it does exactly what it promises without any fuss. First off, the build quality is solid. It's not huge, but it feels durable, like it's built to last. The 160 degrees Celsius infrared drying lamp is powerful enough to get the job done quickly, which is great when you're testing multiple samples. I've used cheaper moisture analyzers before that took forever to dry things out, and it's frustrating. This one gets the moisture out fast so you can move on to the next test. The display is backlit, which might sound minor, but it makes a big difference when you're working in low light or trying to read the results quickly. The LCD is clear, and it shows you everything you need in real time: moisture percentage, drying progress, temperature, all of it. You don't have to squint or guess what's going on. One of the features that really stood out to me is the dry mass determination. It's not just giving you the moisture content, it's also calculating the dry mass of your sample. That's useful if you're working with ingredients like flour, coffee, or even pharmaceutical powders where knowing the exact dry weight is important. It saves you from having to do extra calculations or use a separate scale. The weighing modes are flexible too. You can switch between different functions depending on what you're testing. Whether it's a simple moisture analysis or something more specific, the device adapts to your needs. And the connectivity options are handy: RS-232, USB-A, USB-B, and even Wi-Fi. That means you can connect it to a computer or a printer to log data or generate reports. For anyone running a small lab or a quality control process, that kind of integration is a lifesaver. I also like that it's accurate down to 0.001 grams. That level of precision isn't always necessary, but when it is, you'll appreciate it. Whether you're testing small batches of spices, herbs, or even soil samples, the MA50 gives you reliable results every time. Now, let's talk about the downsides. It's not a cheap device, so if you're just a hobbyist looking to dabble in moisture analysis, this might be overkill. It's really designed for professionals or businesses that need consistent, repeatable results. Also, it's a bit bulky compared to a regular kitchen scale, so it's not something you'll toss in a drawer. It needs its own space on a lab bench or a dedicated workstation. But if you do need this kind of precision and reliability, the Radwag MA50 delivers. It's not flashy or complicated, it just works. And that's what makes it so good. So, if you're in the market for a moisture analyzer that actually does what it says it will, this one's worth considering. The link is below if you want to check it out. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Radwag MA50 or Moisture Analyzer 50GX0.001G sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like max capacity and 160C infrared drying lamp actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Radwag MA50 or Moisture Analyzer 50GX0.001G usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.